Hello. So once again, another random and spontaneous video. This time in the sunshine. I just came out walking and well, I didn't. So the message is that there is no you. There is no self. I mean, that story of you and your life, is it real? I suppose that question cuts right through what's being shared. So there's the thoughts of you and the thoughts of your story that appear now in this timelessness. So are you and your story real or not? I mean, you can say it is and it isn't. I mean, it's not real because it's a thought. That's game over. If that can be seen clearly, which is what seems to have happened here, then it all collapses. And you're left with this immediacy, which is all there ever is. So if the me character and the story can be seen that it isn't real, and then you can also say that it's real in the sense that it appears or seems to appear as thoughts. But the message is you can't control them thoughts. They just appear. I mean, through conditioning, it's just this appearing as thoughts. So yeah, I don't know what I'm going to talk about. I'm just, as I said, I've been out walking and thought to stop at this bench here. It's nice and quiet here. I just grabbed the coffee and yeah, I was gonna, well, there's a thought here, I was gonna do a video tomorrow, but me and my wife and my two boys we're off to Alton Towers theme park tomorrow, which is going to be nice. But fingers crossed the weather holds up, which is looking that way. And that's the thing. So them words that have just came out of this body, them thoughts and words that just happened of an imagined story in the future, just appear now on this timeless screen. You know, and that's why I've always said you can't deny the story, because it is and it isn't. You can't control what happens, what thoughts arise, what memories appear, what plans happen. They're not your plans. The planning happens by itself, like going to Alton Towers theme park tomorrow. But everything can only happen on this oneness, this aliveness, this presence or awareness, consciousness, whatever you want to call it. You know, there is no time or distance. Have a bit of chocolate. Would you want the story to be real or not? It is just a story, an imagined story time. There's nothing to do, there's nowhere to go, there's nowhere to get to. There isn't anywhere else. This stillness that's here, this silence that's here, that appears as movement and sound, is all there is. There's nothing else. In direct seeing, I mean, look, where is the me character and the story? It's never been there. It is a paradox because, as I said, the thoughts of you and your story, past memories, events, circumstances, plans for the future, seem to arise. You know, you can't control it. You just think you can. So anything that happens, you claim afterwards that you did that. But it already happened, it's just happening by itself. It is funny in a way though. You know, all the rushing and striving to get to an imagined thought. Which isn't even happening. You know, if this is seen clearly, it's weird because, you know, I've often said that there's a deep peace and a relaxation, but you still can't control what the body's going to do or what thoughts arise. So nothing really changes, but it just seems like it's optional to engage in the me character and the story. It can be seen through every time here now. I think that's what, you know, I mean, I call it no self-realization, but, you know, people call it enlightenment or awakening. And there's so many misconceptions about it. People saying that it's a permanent state. It's not. It's far from it, because there's no one that can choose your thoughts or feelings. There's just no control over them at all. But here it's more of a seeing through the illusion of the me character over and over again, kind of catching it when it appears and just saying, well, it's just an imagined story. It's not actually happening. There's no time. It's incredible how this unknown isness can pull off the illusion that can feel so real. And it's wonderful as well, even the suffering. In my story, I've had moments of success and happiness and joy and amazing times. And equally, I've had times of extreme suffering. Mainly like mental suffering, exhausted by anxiety or thoughts of the past. What a ride. Quite fitting for going Alton Towers. It's an emotional roller coaster. It really is. But it seems you can enjoy the ride more so when it's realised that that character that you believe that you are, the story, is just a story. It's just a thought. It's just a movement of energy that temporarily just flickers and appears in this timelessness. What a joke. The joke is it can feel so real, and you can, I'm not trying to deny it, because I think it's wonderful. Again, even the suffering, to experience pleasure and pain. There's a beauty in that. If this aliveness was just one permanent feeling, well, you wouldn't know anything else, would you? But it's not. This aliveness wants to experience itself. It would seem in every way possible. Limitless. Infinite possibilities. And this triggers a lot of people, but it includes everything. It includes the torture, the murdering, all the horrific acts, as well as all the amazing, wonderful, beautiful things in the world, apparent world. No one's doing anything. And this does trigger people. There's no one inside any bodies. If you think you're inside your body, then it's a delusion. And most people that watch this video would call me deluded for saying that, because it seems that this realization, this message, is incredibly rare. But when it's been seen clearly, well, I couldn't give a shit what anyone says or thinks about me, because there's no one here. Have you realised that? There's been I mentioned on other videos the glimpses that's happened here. And one of the major ones was the well, I call it the game over glimpse, when it was revealed that there's just no one here. It's all thought based. It's all an imagined story. It's, you know, I'm not making it up, it's a fact. If you look, any characters are imagined. All characters are imagined. There are no characters, only imagined ones. And I mean, the stories of the past and the future, I mean, where are they? Thought-based, imagined stories. They're not real. And you can kind of smile at the thoughts now. Uncomfortable thoughts or feelings. Bring it on. It's okay. Even if it's not. So, I mean, what's been noticed here, it's almost impossible to, I mean, it does happen, but it's almost impossible to get stressed or worried or triggered. I mean, I shouldn't say that, it does happen. Again, there's no one in control. But again, it's a seeing through it again and again. And it becomes thinner and thinner, the identification with the imagined me character. It just loses its power. You've got no power over this, because there isn't a you. That's the illusion. This aliveness that's here runs the show. But it pretends to be a character. It imagines itself to be this me character, and incredibly stitches a timeline together of past, present and future. I mean, the intelligence of this, I mean, you can't even comprehend it. It gives me shivers. It'll blow your mind trying to understand this. You can't understand it. You'll never ever understand this. I've tried and tried. Deep thinking, and there's nothing right or wrong with that. If anything, it could open up a glimpse into this. It's what seems to have happened here. But then more glimpses came along, and some of them give me the shivers. You know, it can be a scary realization, because if you've been identified as a person for decades, like I was, then all of a sudden it's taken away from you. Everything gets taken away. You're left with nothing, which is everything that appears. And it's always been that way. That's the joke. I don't know why it's happened here. It doesn't matter. And the aloneness, I mean, personally, I love it. I can see why few people go all the way to seeing this clearly, because they're scared. Most me's are scared of this message. And why wouldn't they be? If you're dipping your toe in the water over here and you go all the way in, it's game over. And there's no going back. That you cannot unsee it. And it is hard sometimes because, you know, I see my friends and family and neighbours and people at work, they're all so heavily invested in themselves and their stories and what they've done and what they're going to do. And I can't play along with it anymore. I can't have that seriousness. I just can't take life seriously anymore. It's just a show. It's just a empty. I mean, it sounds bleak, that, but it's not. It's freedom. It's freedom for no one. I don't mind what happens. Whatever appears, appears. I'm not doing it. You're not. But yeah, I think the main freedom here anyway is not being dragged along for the ride anymore. You know, them uncomfortable thoughts or feelings, they're okay now. No issue with that. It's not mine. It's just how this wants to experience itself. I hope you can hear me okay. I don't often make videos when I'm outside, so I don't know if the wind is catching the microphone or what. I would say as well, there's a gratefulness here. I feel grateful to this unknown existence, whatever this is. I just want to give it a hug. I love it. And I know that's just this loving itself. There's no arrogance here. There's no me. It's happened to me. It's not like that. It would seem that way in the story. If you can just see, it's fucking amazing Whatever's appearing, how is it even here? Even if it's appearing as something not pleasant, it's still incredible how it's appearing. I mean, what the hell is this? As I said, this intelligence. It's just, it's overwhelming how it's infinite. It's everything that could ever possibly be. Timelessly. I mean, these body-mind organisms are incredible as well. You know, the senses. Hearing, seeing, smelling, touching, tasting. I mean, wow, just them alone. It's just endless. Foods, drinks, all the different sounds, different shapes, colours, smells, feelings and thoughts as well. I mean, wow, what a ride. And it's it's just here for no reason. You think there's a reason? You know, the story, you and the story, well, it's going to be over one day, I guess. You know, when the body dies. I mean, who knows? But I'm pretty sure the story dies with it. No one knows. Loads of stories out there of afterlife. I mean, near-death experiences. I went through. Again, I've done so much seeking over the years. I've even gone down all the near-death experience. And again, even that, you know, well, it's not death, is it? It's near death. There's no one here that's going to tell you what happens when you die, because they wouldn't be here to tell you. They're fascinating stories, but again, they're just stories. Same with conspiracy stories, religions, all made up, all stories. And it's amazing, it's just this appearing as them stories. You can get caught up in the story. Honestly, I did it. Fucking hell. The amount of seeking here, it's obsessive. I didn't realise it at the time, but it was. I think because I'm self-employed, I can work my own hours. You know, I spent a lot of time reading books and researching and needing to know, and then it was game over. It all fell away when the glimpses came along. Just wiped the slate clean. Boom. Just this. There's only this. The fucking relief to put all that shit down. It means nothing. You know, if you are seeking, if you are searching, what are you looking for? You'll never find anything. You can't. That's what I mean, the seeking energy of this imagined me character that this aliveness pulls off. It's like, it is a bit of a trick, it's a bit of a joke. It's like this just wants to torment itself, or I wouldn't say torment actually. Just wants to play a game. I mean, here now it does feel very much like that. The game of the Gavin Brooks character appearing as a thought. You can only appear as a thought. And sometimes it can be believed in and taken seriously. And sometimes it's just, there it is again, appearing. It's nothing. Like I said, it can feel optional in a way. Sometimes it's nice that the me character comes back with force, because it gives it gives you something to do. It's very subtle, this, because when I say it feels optional, who's saying that? I really can't explain this, because it's a contradiction or a paradox, really. There's no one here, so who's saying it feels optional? But it just does. I can't explain it. It just feels like I can choose whether to engage in the stories or not. But even sometimes I get caught up in it until it falls away again. But as I said, it's becoming lighter, thinner and thinner, more and more obvious each time you see through it. It's amazing how this can pull it off, because this is timeless. This is brand new immediacy, appearing as the illusion of time, which is a thought. That's it. Time is just a thought. So going back to what I said at the beginning of the video, the story of you and your life, how real is it? When it's seen for what it is, a thought appearing now in this immediacy, it's also realised that that same thought process is apparently happening to billions of people. Like collectively, timelessly. I mean, what the fuck? How the hell is this pulling that off? Again, it gives me shivers. There's no one here. It's just this that's doing it all. And I feel really grateful to this. In the story, I'm 42, wife and young children, and I just feel grateful. And it sounds arrogant, this. It sounds like it's me. But now that it's been seen here, again, it's just a thought, but I would it would be devastating here to never have this realization now, because It just seems like it's the only truth, the only freedom. And it also, there's a bit of compassion for the majority of people that live their lives taking it seriously and never have this realization and die. But again, that's just what's happening. I think if you are, I mean, it would seem here that, I think I mentioned it earlier, the me character is also scared of this message, because it's the end of your life. You die before you die. Ego death. It does feel like the Gavin Brooks character, I don't want to say he's died, because it was never there. It's a realization that it's just a thought that appears on this screen, and it's always been that way. So how could you take life seriously if that's been seen clearly? Nothing can, psychologically, there's no fear. It's impossible now, because, I mean, don't get me wrong, if something happened, let's say my wife got cancer and she was told she was terminal, she got 12 months left to live. I mean, my God, I don't know how I would handle that. But this realization seems to allow you to handle things more calmly and with an acceptance, kind of a surrender, and just seeing things as it is, as they are. Because it's all there is. Whatever's happening is all. This is it. You're not controlling it. So, but the me character will fight this. You can't win. You can't win. Even if winning appears. Because there's only ever this, and it's got nothing to do with you. This is not personal. I feel like I've gone deep in this video. Catching a nice tan today. Look at that weather. This in the UK, this is rare. I'm definitely more of a summer person than the winter. Although I do like the winter as well. That's another thing as well, so the environment that appears, if you want it to be another way, then you're just going to suffer. If it's cold and cloudy, raining, and you're pissed off and fed up because you want it to be sunny like this, I mean, it's silly really, isn't it? you know, it can't be any other way than it is. Even if you're feeling shit right now, that's just what's happening. It's okay. Everything's okay, even if it's not. Yeah, so I just thought I'd make that video. Well, I didn't make it. This did it. You're not watching it. This is watching itself. This is doing itself. You're not doing anything, you're being done by this. All them thoughts, they're not yours. They belong to this. Any memories that pop up from your past just appear random and spontaneously, like everything. It is just like a movie playing by itself. So any stories or imaginations, ideas are not actually happening. They're just layered on top of this immediacy. It can feel like they're related, but they're not. That's the joke, really. This thought narrative that seems to be happening is not related in any way to this immediacy. That took a long time for me to unravel in the story. That's a big realization, that one. So the mental thought narrative that seems to be playing isn't actually happening, and it's not related to this immediacy in any way. Because there's no time. That thought narrative is time. Think about it, you know, that thought narrative that plays out in your, maybe people say in the head, it doesn't, it just appears in this immediacy. But the thought narrative can only live in time, you know. Like I can have a thought now of, I walked from over there and sat down here, and then I'm gonna get up and move over there. It's just, that's just time. But this immediacy that's here doesn't move. So them trees behind me that you can see, leaves blowing in the wind. Relatively, that's true. But people call it the absolute. It's completely still and silent. So they're not two things. So I think I mentioned this on my last video, that in spirituality or non-duality, you might have heard the relative world and the absolute. They're not separate things. There isn't a relative world and an absolute. It's the same. It's just the absolute appearing as whatever appears in the relative world. It's just a dream. It's like a dream that's dreaming itself, because there's no one here. But thank you for being here. You can still play the game. You can still pretend to be a person and pretend that you've got a wife and children and friends and family. So don't worry, no one's going to take that away. Although it does get taken away. That's what I mean, it's a hell of a paradox, really, awakening, because it's seen that the me character in the stories are just imagined. And when it's realised, clearly, when you've had a clear seeing of this, I said the thoughts and the stories do still appear. You're not in control of it. But you just don't take it seriously anymore. But yeah, so that's what I was saying. Even though it's realised that there is no one here, thank you. So I appreciate you for, watching and subscribing. I'm overwhelmed, really. I started this channel about 9 months ago. And there's thousands of subscribers now, and I'm grateful. It doesn't mean anything, but it's just nice, It's in the story. It seemed to have helped me, because there's no one really to talk to about this. Certainly in my life, anyway. I wouldn't want to either. If someone's completely identified with the story and they believe in it, then good for them. Just let them crack on. And there's no point really saying to someone who's completely identified with the me and the story that they don't exist and there's no one here and that you've got no life, because that's just not going to work, is it? So I'm grateful to YouTube and having this platform where I can just kind of, see, I'm not doing it, but these videos are spontaneously happening, and it's just this unknown existence appearing as a character with a non-duality channel talking about nothing. Yeah, I'm still surprised these videos are happening, and they might stop one day. Who knows? But yeah, I'll leave it there. But yeah, thank you. So I have got quite a lot of emails from people, and I will return your email. But yeah, I've just been busy. Well, not that busy really. Sat in a park making a video for an hour, apparently. So there's nowhere you need to be. It's done. This is it. You can't be late. You can't run out of time, because there is none. There's nothing else. Where would it be? Where would anywhere else be? It's impossible. It's actually impossible for this to be anything other than what's appearing. What a joke. That's where suffering is. So you are looking for something other than this, which is an impossibility. Because where would that be? You know, and if thoughts of your past appear and you believe in them and get dragged along with them, I mean, again, it's just what's happening. There's no control over that. But again, it just seems optional here now. I can't explain it more than that, really. But yeah, there's only this immediacy. You can't step outside of this. You can't escape this. It's brand new. It hasn't come from anywhere. It just is. It can't switch off. It's incredible. But yeah, thank you, and love you.